Surviving a Serial Killer Dad. The Andrea Blanchard and Trudi Story. In the heart-wrenching chronicles of real-life crime, few stories are as chilling and riveting as that of Andrea Blanchard and her daughter Trudi. Their lives were ensnared by the terror inflicted by none other than a family member, their own father and husband, who would later be dubbed the Serial Killer Dad. This gripping tale of survival, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and daughter unveils the harrowing journey that Andrea and Trudi endured as they navigated the treacherous landscape of domestic violence and terror. Join us on our channel, CrimeFlix, as we delve into the depths of this haunting story, unraveling the layers of fear, courage, and hope that defined Andrea and Trudi's battle for freedom from the clutches of a serial killer dad. For an extended and harrowing period spanning decades, the bustling and vibrant city of Sydney found itself ensnared within the suffocating clutches of unrelenting terror, intricately woven by the malevolent actions of an enigmatic figure who would go on to be eternally etched in infamy as the notorious family court bomber. This individual's reign of terror casts a long, foreboding shadow over the community, infiltrating its collective psyche with a perpetual sense of anxiety and trepidation. The city's once unshakable spirit was now besieged by an insidious fear, its inhabitants perpetually haunted by the lurking specter of the assailant's next strike, a menace that even the most dedicated and resourceful law enforcement officials struggled to contain. The driving force behind this enigmatic figure's campaign of chaos was an unwavering fixation on a single sinister objective: to maintain custody of their daughter, the young and innocent Trudi. Fueled by this haunting obsession, they embarked on a relentless and ruthless crusade that left behind a trail of adversity and devastation. Every perceived impediment, every real or imagined obstacle in their path was met with ferocious and calculated reprisal. This ruthless determination knew no bounds, sparing no one who dared to oppose their chilling desires. Anyone who unwittingly stood in their way became a pawn in their insidious game, teetering on the precipice of the unknown as if caught in a malevolent vortex of destruction. In the shadow of this omnipresent terror, the authorities found themselves grappling with the staggering gravity of the situation. Acutely aware of the imminent danger that loomed over potential targets, the city's law enforcement agencies issued chilling warnings to those who were unfortunate enough to find themselves in the assailants' crosshairs. A sense of foreboding apprehension had taken root, permeating the very air that the city's residents breathed. Sydney, once a haven of bustling activity and joyous camaraderie, now found itself shackled by fear. A fear that transcended the physical realm and penetrated the deepest recesses of the human psyche. The year that marked the inception of this nightmarish saga was 1978, a time when the world witnessed the arrival of Andrea Warwick and her husband Leonard's bundle of joy, Trudi, into the embrace of their suburban home in Casula, Sydney. On the surface, their existence appeared ordinary, nestled amidst the tranquil neighborhoods of a city that was blissfully unaware of the storm that was brewing beneath the surface. Leonard, a firefighter, concealed within himself a darker and more sinister nature, a fact that would reveal itself in increasingly alarming ways, particularly as Trudi grew older and more entwined in the web of her parents' tumultuous relationship. Don't miss a minute of this heart-pounding account as we piece together the harrowing events and showcase the strength it takes to endure such a nightmare. If you're as captivated by real crime stories as we are, remember to hit that subscribe button of our channel, CrimeFlix, to stay updated with our latest releases. And if this story sends chills down your spine, show your support by giving this video a thumbs up. The shocking twists and turns of this story will leave you speechless. As the custody battle between Andrea and Leonard unfurled, the latter's possessiveness toward Trudi escalated to alarming heights. Leonard erected emotional barriers around the young girl, isolating her from the outside world and severing her connections to friends and family with a calculated and ruthless precision. The tumultuous relationship between Andrea and Leonard reached its peak with a horrific eruption of violence, an eruption that left Andrea physically scarred and emotionally battered. Fearing for her very life, Andrea found solace and sanctuary within the protective embrace of her family, taking refuge within the comforting walls of her sister Judy's residence. With Leonard's abusive tendencies now laid bare for the world to see, Andrea's family rallied around her, forming an unbreakable human shield of unwavering support. Their collective strength became the bedrock upon which Andrea embarked on a grueling legal battle, one that would test not only her resilience, but also her resolve to secure the future of her beloved Trudi. The family law court became her haven, a realm where she fought with an indomitable spirit and a determination that defied the odds stacked against her. Despite Leonard's relentless machinations and attempts to undermine her every step, Andrea emerged victorious, clutching in her hands the hard-won verdict that granted her full custody of her cherished daughter. But Leonard's vendetta remained unyielding, a relentless fire that propelled him to defy court orders with an undaunted resolve. His aggression was now a potent weapon, wielded with a ferocious intent to dismantle any obstacles that dared to cross his path. As the situation spiraled further out of control, Andrea found herself ensnared within a nightmarish web of turmoil and despair. Cornered and driven to desperation, she confronted a heart-wrenching dilemma that forced her to consider the unthinkable, sacrificing her maternal instincts for the greater good. Ultimately, in an act of unparalleled agony, she made the excruciating decision to relinquish full custody of Trudi to Leonard, a decision made with the hope of breaking the cycle of destruction and ensuring her daughter's fragile safety. The turning of the calendar to the year 2015 marked a pivotal juncture in this harrowing saga. After decades of eluding justice and evading the repercussions of his malevolent actions, Leonard Warwick was finally apprehended, taken into custody, and subjected to the long-awaited trial that would determine his fate. The courtroom, a crucible of justice, was the stage upon which the weight of evidence against him would be meticulously presented, irrefutable proof of his role in the bombings and murders that had plunged the city into darkness. In the face of overwhelming evidence, the walls of denial that Leonard had built around himself crumbled. The gavel's final and resounding decree echoed through the courtroom, a decree that declared him guilty of multiple charges related to the horrific acts that had terrorized the city for years. As we conclude this bone-chilling chapter of Surviving a Serial Killer Dad, the Andrea Blanchard and Trudi story, our minds are left reeling with the courage displayed by these survivors. Their journey through darkness reminds us of the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable horror. If you found this story as gripping as we did, remember to subscribe to CrimeFlix for more riveting accounts of real-life mysteries, crimes, and survival. And now we have a question for you, our dedicated viewers. What other astonishing true crime stories would you like us to uncover next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey. Stay alert, stay curious, and until next time, stay safe.